Greetings everyone and welcome back to the Shadow Generations playthrough. We have just finished off Metal Overlord and had a deep chat with Professor Gerald and Maria, and now we're going to continue on and get our latest, semi-last Doom power, which is the most controversial one, the Doom Morph.
So, we're stuck here, slow.
Yeah, this new substance, it's one of those where you can't die, you don't drown, but it just makes you can't really run on it. Which is where the Doom Morph is going to come into play.
Having to walk in a Sonic game is a fate worse than death, I'd say. What was that fucking Sonic Labyrinth game where he couldn't...
He couldn't run at all.
Yeah.
Aye, because Eggman sneaked into his house and swapped his shoes, apparently.
You think he would have taken that time to just kill Sonic in his one moment of weakness. But...
So here we are, the Doom Morph. This is my least favourite of the powers just because of the way it handles, and its grapple mechanic is difficult to explain, but I'm going to try my best here. You've got these orbs. When you home an attack onto the orb, when you're regular shout, you transform it into Doom Morph. But then the next one, they act as a grapple hook. But what they do is that you can do a regular swing, but see when you reach the bottom of the arc, like from the ball to the ground, if you let go, you'll zoom yourself up high into the air.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to explain, but that's the best way I can come up with it.
The game does a very poor job explaining it, actually.
And apparently, according to Kirk Fortin himself, in those Q&A sessions he does with Mike Pollock and Roger Greg Smith, Shadow's favourite is the Doom Morph.
Yeah. So what you're saying is it's morphin' time?
Oh god, we don't bring that up.
Get your Power Rangers out of my Sonic the Hedgehog. So yeah, as you can see, it's very awkward to control.
Yep.
You have a dash as well, but it's just really awkward.
Oh, wait till we get to the final boss fight. You're going to have a lot of fun trying to control this thing there.
There you go, that's what you're meant to do.
You finally made it.
Yay.
Took you long enough.
More Shadow the Hedgehog music. The only representation of his own game, by the way, in this game.
Go ahead.
Just like 90% of his soundtrack.
Ow, the edge.
Plus, especially now you've got Sonic Cross Worlds Racing, you've seen this map. This map is represented in the game.
Yeah, we've had that discussion before.
I love how he just ran right past Omega, didn't say a word to him.
Yeah.
Plus that purple stuff is actually represented on the track itself.
Yeah, that's
slow you down.
Yeah, it slows you down. It's like a grass in a way, typical racing stuff.
Yeah.
Welcome to our last area of the main hub world of White Space, folks. Chaos Island, which is in Sonic Frontiers, which Shadow is not a part of.
So how does that make any sense?
They wanted to reuse some assets from Frontiers. Yeah. And what they've done here, just to pay homage to Frontiers, is that you've got these 4 buttons on this area, and they create a different path that leads you to a collectible. So as you can see right here, I press on that one, it takes me along this specific path. They want to reuse from how Frontiers plays in the overall open world. So this is like a teaser, continuation of Frontiers gameplay, minus the cyberspace stages.
Some of these obstacle courses only appear for a certain amount of time, so you need to get up to the collectible as fast as possible. I was hoping you would miss a jump so I could laugh at him.
What, Shadow feeling emotion? Impossible.
No, I meant laugh at you.
Unlike earlier when you fell down when you hit the spikes.
Or Yosemite Sam.
Yeah.
Right, next one. Yeah, I'm going to do all these before I continue on with Chaos Island, just to show them off.
Wake me up when we're done. I'm going to go for a nap.
Oh, come on. This is brilliant gameplay. You're going to admit.
I'll just sit here and nap.
Yeah. So who is our companion for this area, Andrew?
It will be revealed later once we finish Chaos Island.
Boring!
Yeah, as you can see there, it's very awkward, but when you reach a certain point in the swing, you have to hold the button and let it go at the right time.
Yeah, because again, I would say, think of it like what you call them, the slingshot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like what Bart Simpson is. Yes, I.
You do that. Sometimes it does that thing where you have to get right up to it and press triangle.
Only to realize you don't have that particular medal and you just wasted your time.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Hey, a new journal entry. Yes, I'm going for it. Come on, there we go. Yeah, sometimes you have to jump just to get it. Yeah. Oh, I just happened to land in the goop. Thankfully, it's not one of those where it's like sand in the Mario games where you drown. That'd be some shit, actually.
That would be.
That's some fucking horror game shit in Mario 64 where Mario can just like drown in the sand.
That was nightmare fuel.
Like screaming to it the whole time.
Yes.
It's like, oh, ah! And Bowser just fucking laughing.
I would say one of the darkest depths I've seen is in, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but the Galaxy games, the haunted levels where you've got a similar style black substance, but you actually drown in it and you can't actually jump out yourself out of it.
Oh no.
I have 100%ed Galaxy, so I know what you're talking about.
I'm not throwing Luigi into that.
Hey, a music piece. What's it going to be? Shadow.
Of course.
Yeah, there's only a select few tracks that don't make it, but again, 98% of his own game representation of game music is here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can I speak up one wee thing earlier on? When you picked up the art piece of showing off the bike, one thing for sure, I love that they included that in the movie, and they made them do the Akira slide.
Yeah, I was very happy to see that.
Yep.
That was also one of my favourite lines in the movie as well, in that scene where he's like, the more you talk, the more I want to hit you.
I think it was more after Sonic asked him, who does your highlights?
I wonder if that's why they paid homage to in Racing Crossworlds. Jet has a similar line for Shadow where he's like, hey Sonic, where did you get the racing stripes?
Oh.
Oops, you're just his boring doppelganger. It's interesting actually when you look at characters that have never interacted before and how they interact with like characters like Big and Shadow or Eggman and Jet, and just people that you don't usually associate with.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hell, even Espio and Jet, maybe.
It's also even rarer to get Shadow making any kind of joke whatsoever. That's one of the things I really liked about Sonic 3, is he was a bit more open to that. Especially the revenge guac. That's my favourite.
Or the French soap opera. He's like, Gabriella should kill them both.
Oh, didn't you know? Shadow likes Latinas. Thank you, Sonic Prime.
Why are you trying to get the fucking bolt? It's useless. You even said so yourself.
I see shiny thing, I must get it.
So
You're like the seagull. Mine.
Well, I was going to say okay, I guess I'm ignoring it now. I was going to say a magpie would make sense. They like shiny things. Anyway, here's Chaos Island from Sonic Frontiers.
Yay.
And we're finally getting on with it.
Also, the last of the only 2 stages that does not contain a Radical Highway piece.
Yep.
Oh, what a shocker.
And this one requires a lot of the Doom Morph.
Yep. So...
Good luck with that.
Oh, I was hoping Andrew would miss the jump.
Come on, who do you think you're talking about here?
Just need to wait for that one mistake he makes, then we can laugh at him.
Everyone, point and laugh.
He hasn't made one yet.
Well, yeah, I did kind of one back in Sunset Heights.
Yeah.
That was not my fault. That was the game's fault.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you're jumping on the spikes and falling off was also not your fault then, of course. I can ask you Yosemite Sam as a witness.
He's busy climbing out the water, thank you very much. He's chasing after bugs.
My favourite out of all the Yosemite Sam bugs ones was the pirate ship one.
We had this discussion in the last part.
Right.
And of course, there's no PS1 game called Bugs Bunny Lost in Time that features that skit.
Yeah,
and a boss
that was
battle.
one of my favourites from back in the day.
Again, this does not make sense for Shadow because he's not in Frontiers at all.
Back then in the late '90s when licensed games were good.
Yeah. And the early 2000s as well, like the Lord of the Rings hack and slash games were great as well.
This is a pretty tricky shortcut to get.
Yeah, I missed this one so many times.
And I see that you, Andrew, you found it and pulled it off.
Of course,
I pulled it off flawlessly.
Okay, Mr. Fancy Man.
Don't toot your own horn.
Alright, James, maybe with your OCD mind.
No, if he was James May, he wouldn't even make it to the finish line.
Here's a theory. That volcano that just erupted, according to Frontiers, that's when Sonic has to do this ridiculously pinball minigame that requires a lot of millions of points just to beat it through the story, and that's what causes the volcano to erupt and the lava to dismiss. So the theory is that While that's happening, Shadow's all the way on the other side, but we never knew he was there in Frontiers, apparently.
Oh, come on.
So they just ass pull it essentially to try and shove him into the narrative.
Or as an excuse as to why there's a Frontiers level where Shadow's not part of that game.
Yeah.
Oh, so they retconned it.
Yeah.
A little bit. But again, I would like to think in real life they just reused some assets.
Yeah. Because we were still... When was this?
Frontiers was 2022, this was 2024.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think about the current timeline of games where it's like we had just come off of a pretty meddling game around the time of Frontiers with Sonic Forces, and thankfully we haven't had any other bad games since then so far.
Yet.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm scared of. It's like this is what always happens with the Sonic games, is that we get an era of good games, then bad games.
Yeah.
So hoping we don't see that again.
It's the era experimentation again where it happened with Lost World and...
Sonic 06.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Sonic 06, but I was talking about where we had an era of good games like Colors and Generations, but instead of continuing what made it work, they went and decide, okay, let's try a Galaxy style and trying something different, but no, Lost World was published, okay, the best at mediocre at best.
Yeah.
But Forces was like, okay, we're not even trying.
Yeah, we're at rock bottom again. 06 was the darkest era by far, though. And that was the 15th anniversary, too. It's like, oof.
But then comes another one, maybe two games that could be considered worse. The Sonic Boom games.
Yeah. The only thing about that was the animated show.
But again, I would say if you had to have that debate, I would rather play Sonic 06.
I would rather die.
Mind then.
Here's Act 2, so now they're going to throw these mechanical balls at you.
Well, like boulders up, actually.
Yeah, actually, I take that back. They might as well be boulders. This island is based on a volcano.
Where's Chris Redfield to punch them?
Or unlike in Crash Bandicoot, where you're running away from them.
I have to say, the Doom Morph works slightly better in 2D.
Or having that massive polar bear chasing you.
As I was saying, the Doom Morph, I believe it makes it, controls better in 2D rather than the 3D.
Yeah. Because the 3D, it's way too easy to go careening off of a fucking cliff with it by mistake.
And again, those grapple balls where it's just really awkward.
Yeah. Yeah, we have not seen the worst of that yet, though. Wait till much later. Yay, another checkpoint. Are you going to fail for our amusement?
Nope.
Aww.
Come on, who do you think you're talking about here?
Yous have already been defeated. Just wave your white flags
He is
right
not
now.
perfect. He must have a weakness. We will exploit it somehow.
Well, would you say my collective on being a kleptomaniac is a weakness? Because you were moaning that I kept going after the bells?
The shiny bells that you said you're leaving behind.
Yeah, throughout this playthrough, Andrew, you've been going you've been collecting the collectibles throughout the stages.
And the music notes as well.
Well, because I love Sonic music.
No, you love driving me insane with the music notes.
Da, 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 da,
No, I meant the music.
Alright, enough of that.
I meant the music notes you've been chasing.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if one of them ended up being the Wet Hog theme because you love that theme so much.
Nobody likes it.
No one
when
likes
you play
it.
like 70 fucking times in the one playthrough.
It drives you bloody nuts.
And of course, and also they brought it back for Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
Why's that the one of the few Unleashed tracks they brought back, and yet endless possibility isn't there?
Licensing issues, that's what.
And yet it's actually in this remaster in the Sonic Generations portion.
Well, for Sonic's portion anyway, not for Shadow. Because back then the licensing wasn't an issue back then, but
it's kind of all over the place.
These set of spikes, 9 times out of 10, always fucking get me. I know I just missed them, but they always get me.
Yeah.
Well, this one, you actually missed it.
You have to time it properly, because I don't know how many times I failed trying to get past it.
Unfortunately, he was not hit with the recording curse this time.
So I have the reverse LP curse now.
Sadly, yes. And of course, it's going to be another S rank to further shit on me and Graham.
Well, for the Wars of Hell's Kitchen, that is absolutely spot on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, now he's ended up in Sonic's white space, so we can have a crossover event.
We're actually going to find out what happened from his point of view in the boss fight as well, which is a pretty cool thing they do in this.
Shadow, the blue hedgehog.
All the lore implications, it's so magical. Sonic Heroes quotes.
Not this shit again.
And funny enough, the earlier part of that was the Adventure 2 interaction.
Yeah. This is another line from Heroes.
It'll be a date to die for.
Again, it makes sense because this is an anniversary game.
Yeah.
Well, for Sonic's point of view anyway, and it's a time travel story. Now, unfortunately, this was a bit of a disappointment. I thought we were going to have a boss fight where you actually play from Shadow's perspective. No, it's just an interactive cutscene.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I do like what they do here, though, where we find out why he actually lost the fight.
Plus, so they recreate that pose in the and they recreate that pose that was in the front movie.
It's in their
Yeah,
contract.
I was very happy to see that. Sonic 3 is like one of the best it was like the best possible live action adaptation of Adventure 2.
And they've kept, and also, they kept most of the dialogue from the game, most of the story from the games.
Yeah.
Right, Graham, I've had get off my back, Graham. What have I done to piss you off?
Nice hustle, but I won this one. So I'm taking the emerald. See
So what you're
ya.
saying is Useless actually beat Shadow. Okay.
Damn. Why did I let myself go?
My ego isn't going to take this very well.
So here's our last companion, Rouge. So what I like to think is that the first half of the story, she goes into Sonic's white space, then she comes here and then joins Shadow. There you go, Shadow has some respect for Sonic.
Now he has the chaos.
Was he not like distracted? No, wait, it was the Doom power.
He knew how powerful the Doom powers were, and I'm not sure if you've seen it as well, but see when he uses it, it's like he's succumbed to darkness in a little bit.
Yeah, so I can't use it too much.
Aye.
It's kind of like how in Bleach, Ichigo has to master Ender Hollow first when it's trying to take over him.
Or maybe he's aware of his past game, how dark it was, and he's like, well, no, we're not doing that shit again. No way.
I've already experienced Ow the Edge once. That's more than enough. I'll keep standing here and doing fuck all for the entire game.
Just like everybody else in this white space, and in Sonic's game too. Some friends use our...
Yeah, this is like a crisis of unparalleled proportions, and all they're doing is standing around.
Now what?
Well,
Oh, I'm going for the nut. I didn't forget about it. Yeah!
or maybe Big the Cat is the true perpetrator of it all, because it's Eisen.
You say that, but apparently, according to one of the Omega lines in the racing game, he classifies Big as a big threat.
Again, because it's Kyle Aber voicing him, and he voices Eisen. Eisen's like an Avengers level threat in Bleach, so it makes sense.
Maybe there's some secret about Big we don't even know about.
Yeah.
There's another one which is an homage to Vector, and in the lore verification, Vector has a crush on Cream's mother. And one of the dialogues Omega has is he goes for like a factional stage of all the characters, like Shadow, ultimate to be the ultimate life form, blah blah blah. For Vector, he says, Vector, leader of the Chaotic Detective Agency, unable to find a clue and a date.
Chaos. Wait, was that one of the
Espio Charming and Vector.
Wasn't there a game called Sonic Blast?
Yeah, there was.
That's a Game Gear, but you're probably thinking of Knuckles Chaotix.
Ah, that one.
Yeah, that's the one where the Chaotix made their debut, and the gameplay was that it's classic Sonic, but you're tethered with this ring thing like a rope, and it led to a lot of zigzagging.
Yeah, and you dragged another character around.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I heard it was really annoying.
And then it required a 32X add-on for the Mega Drive.
Oh, so you had to buy an extra accessory.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only reason why I know about that accessory is because of the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. I've seen that.
Kind of like if you want to play Majora's Mask, you had to get a Pacific memory pack.
Yeah, the expansion pack.
Yeah, the expansion pack for the N64.
A lot of games did that back in the day, and it was really annoying, unfortunately.
Oh god, there was one game way back in the N64 which required something like that. It was Banjo-Kazooie with their stop and swap feature.
I think that was another... Donkey Kong 64, I know for sure, required the expansion pack. Resident Evil 2, like, one of the best ports I've ever seen of a game, didn't actually require the expansion pack. They somehow got the whole game, like, both A and B scenarios for Leon and Claire, into an N64 cartridge. It's actually a miracle how well that port came out.
Again, this just shows how awkward the Doom Morph is. Even as you saw, that I was struggling to get in Pacific Balls just to get those rings.
Yeah, I've had so many times where I've missed the jumps or just awkwardly dropped off at the worst time.
or I'm aiming for the wrong one, because there's multiple of these orbs that you need to use.
Yeah, and you can only latch on to the targets that have the homing attack icon, I think,
Yeah.
as well.
Well, like I mentioned before, where if you're regular shine your home attack into it, you don't immediately swing, you just transform. But then afterwards, then you swing when you become
Yeah,
Doom Morph.
you might be already... you might have already let go of the jump button by that point.
Alright, used to fuck nuggets. Here's your fucking bolts. I got half of them at least. Are you happy with that?
No, they want all of them. But too bad for them. They will be sitting there for the rest of their pathetic, meaningless lives. If they could even be called that.
Plus, Andrew, them two are just character backgrounds in the lobby menu in Team Sonic Cross Worlds Racing.
Yeah, insignificant. As deserved.
They're just background characters in the lobby.
Yeah, as you can see, the rocket changes every time you get 20, but I only found 40 nuts, so...
Oh, so that's that thing where you can only give them a certain amount each time.
Aye, because they want to have a bit of dialogue with you. For emotional support, really?
It's a goddamn fucking clock. Pardon my French.
You should get an emotional dog or something.
Well, as I mentioned before, we're not going to find out how they escape, but even then, they don't even escape because, again, it's a fucking cuckoo clock when you collect all the nuts.
Yeah. Do they even deserve to escape?
No, they don't fucking know.
Well, knowing Eggman, he'll just destroy them and rebuild them again.
Oh, could you imagine, by the way, Orbot and Cubot designed like Metal Sonic X from Heroes?
But then again, that robot rebelled against him, so I don't think Eggman will be smart enough to build that again.
Oh, but could you imagine it?